Hi there. Today I'm going to tie a very simple pike fly. This is what I would say kind of like the ideal pike fly to start out with. First of all, I'm going to use a universal predator in size 4.0. Just gonna turn down the butt there because well, I love pike and I don't want any harm to come to them. So of course I fish bottless on all my flies. Once that is done, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a tungsten bead in size 4.6 millimeters, something like that. If you have 5 millimeters, that's fine as well. But that's simply just to add a bit of weight to this, to make it a bit more easy to cast, but also to make it fish a bit deeper. Well, once that is done, I'm gonna take I'm gonna make a sound base of tying thread here, because basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna use 3 different materials for this fly. Only 3, because as I said, this is kind of like a good way to start out with pike flies, and a fairly easy pattern to start out with, but still a good, a proven pattern that can be variated in regards to colors in endless. There is endless possibilities. So this is kind of like a standard way of making a light, easy castable, good, inexpensive pike fly. So first off, I'm gonna take some bucktail. Bucktail is kind of like, well, the salt and pepper of pike flies, and this is, I'm gonna take in red. So since this is a hooked fly, I'm not going to do the trick where I turn it backwards. I'm just going to tie this in. So I'm just going to take a bit out of the very short ones here, and then I'm simply just going to put this here on the hook, make a few loose turns, and then I'm going to clamp down on it using my new all-time favorite tying thread, the Vevus. The Vevus used to be my favorite tying thread. Now this is on the market. This is the Future Fly tying thread. A very insanely strong tying thread, and it has it's very thin as well. So it's very good for most anything. Well, I'm just gonna cut off all the rest here. This is not, well, not the most beautiful of pike flies. I know that maybe sounds strange to some people who don't think pike flies is beauties, but you can really make some beautiful pike flies. But this is efficient. It's easy. It casts well, and it really does the trick. So that is the purpose of this fly. So here, a bundle of bucktail. Just gonna push my tungsten bead up there. Just gonna tie a bit back and forth over this, so it doesn't hang loose or anything like this. Gonna cover the rest of the hook shank here all the way up to the eye. Sorry if you heard that. I just loosed the wind. My mistake. Sorry about that. But well, I'm in my office. I can do what I goddamn please. So about there, and then what we're gonna use is the second material. This is something called Steve Farrar blend. A very nice material also for pike flies. It's an artificial hair, artificial fiber, so it doesn't soak up any water, and making it ideal for this purpose, for pike flies. There is added a bit of flash in here already, not much, but a little. I'm just gonna make sure that the ends here is tapered a bit, like so. And then I'm gonna tie this down so it's I would say 2/3 sticking out back and maybe 1/3 sticking out in front, something like that. Just making sure again that it's distributed as evenly as I can all the way around the hook here. And as you can see, the bucktail really helps nicely to keep this fly, keep the profile wide, like this. And then I'm gonna tie this a bit further up the shank, to almost to where the eye is. So I'm gonna have this part here sticking out here, and as you can see, I have a bit distance up to the eye. Not that much, maybe a millimeter or 2, something like that. Well, that's it. And then I'm gonna take my flash, and the flash I'm gonna use for this is the holographic flashabou in Magnum. the best flesh ever made for pike flies. This is 52 centimeters long, so as you can see, this truly is a long flesh, and this means that in a package you have enough flesh for numerous flies. Just gonna take a decent bundle of this, cut it off, and this color is called sunset, I think. Sunset. It's gold and copper and red. A very good color for that can be used for many flies. Also, why it's good for a fly like this, because you can if you change, let's say you change the color of the Stipheroblend to white, you would have a completely different pattern, but with a minimum cost to your well, with a minimum of cost, because all you really changed was one material. So all you needed to buy in addition was only one material. I'm gonna double this. So now you see it's doubled. And then I'm gonna cut all these ends here, but I'm not gonna cut them completely straight. I'm gonna try to cut them a bit so they are not completely uniform in length. Like so. As you can see here, they're not uniform in length. And this I'm just gonna tie down so the flash is a bit longer, only a bit longer than my Stipheroblend, and then right there I'm simply gonna tie down the flash. Again, making sure that it surrounds the fly. Okay, and I can see, and then I tie this down with a lot of force. So I'm sure it's gonna stay there, and I'm tying it down up towards the eye of the fly. I need a bit more, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a whip finish here, and then I'm gonna fold all of this and use something to pull it back. So again, making sure that this fly has as large a profile as is possible with tying with these few materials. So I think now a bit further. I think about here is where I want to stop. Is that sufficient? And that looks good. So here, and of course use some varnish on this, some super glue, whatever you have. I'm just gonna make a whip finish here, and because I'm in a rush to get this done, so you can get on with your tying, I'm just gonna cut it off right there. And what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna do anything fancy, you know, like with eyes and stuff like that. I'm just gonna simply take, and now that has evaded me. How come it is that it's practically a law in physics or something like that, that the stuff you just had always slips out of your reach. I just had it, you know. Oh well. Never mind, I'm just gonna take one from another fly. Like so. What I'm gonna do is I have these heads here. I don't know if you can see them. These are made from plastic, and they are cones made with holes in them, and they make your fly move a lot more water, but they're also ideal for my purpose here, because my purpose is to actually spread this out as much as I can here, and then have something to force it backward, so it will keep its big profile. It will keep being bulky, but still not look completely like a mess. You see, like that. I added the head here, and my fly stays bulky with a minimum of effort, a minimum of material. Oh, damn it, that hook is sharp. And simply here you have a very nice, very easy, very versatile pike fly, because you can simply add any color that you like. This is a truly cool pattern that really works, and is cheap, and easy. Cast well, fish as well. All's well. Thank you for tuning in.